Hello, and thanks for joining me. Quite rightly, there's been a furore over the government's abandonment of the triple lock for the UK retirement pension. Few people, however, are aware that under a policy maintained by successive governments of all political persuasions for the last 70 years, the pensions of more than 500,000 British pensioners has been frozen at as little as £23 a week. So who are these pensioners? They are people who paid their national insurance contributions throughout their working lives and contributed to this country. On retirement, they chose to move to a country with which the UK does not have a reciprocal arrangement. That meant their pension was frozen at the level at it was when they retired or moved abroad. Many moved abroad to be with their family as they had no one in the UK, and over time inflation has eroded the value of their pension. They do not get free bus travel, no free prescriptions, no winter heating allowance, and no free NHS at the point of delivery. In fact, they get nothing else. The All-Party Parliamentary Group on Frozen British Pensions, the APPG, has released the report from its 2020 inquiry, revealing the governments of Canada and Australia are ready to and willing to work with the UK to end the frozen pensions policy, and have been calling on the UK government to do so for many years. The APPG received over 800 submissions of evidence from a wide range of stakeholders, including those impacted by the policy, civil society groups, the UK government, foreign governments, and politicians in countries with impacted residents. As part of the inquiry, the APPG also conducted a confidential survey of more than 2,500 UK pensioners living on a frozen pension overseas. Evidence from the governments of Australia and Canada condemns the UK policy denying annual increases to the UK state pensions of UK pensioners living in their respective countries. Both countries have showed a willingness to work with the UK to end the injustice that freezes pensions so that they fall in real value year on year. Of the 510,000 UK pensioners living on a frozen pension, around 75% of them live in Canada or Australia, who both provide full state pensions to their pensioners living in the UK. The report also exposes the financial impact of the frozen pension policy on UK pensioners overseas, finding that 50% of frozen pensioners receive a UK state pension of £65 a week or less. Over half struggle financially because of their frozen pension, and almost 90% of frozen pensioners were not informed that their pension would be frozen before they left the UK. The APPG say the policy is illogical and favours UK pensioners in some countries over those in other countries. They also recommended that the UK government end the frozen pension policy and seek to provide UK pensioners living in frozen countries with their full uprated UK state pension as soon as possible. It should be mentioned that no one is asking for the parity to be backdated. I give a link to the APPG's report in the description below. What then was the UK government's response to the APPG's report and recommendation? They ignored it. You might be forgiven for thinking this is an issue that arose in 2021. It's not. It has been going for over 70 years, in fact since Clement Attlee was Prime Minister. I first became aware of it in 2012 when I saw an article in the Guardian newspaper about a 100-year-old frozen pensioner, Mrs Annie Carr, living in Australia on a pension of £6.12 a week. You heard that right, £6.12 per week. Her only family was in Australia, and her pension was only enough to buy 3 loaves of bread. In 2013, there were proposals to suspend the UK from the Commonwealth over its refusal to uprate frozen pensions. In that same year, the UK government passed legislation requiring it to give 0.7% of its gross national income in foreign aid. Now, my memory might be a bit faulty on this, but so far as I can recall, it was only the UK that legally committed itself to doing this. In 2014, the Telegraph carried an article in which David Cameron, the then Prime Minister, was said to be sympathetic about ending the freezing of British pensions. That sympathy only lasted until the election in the following year. In 2017, the Telegraph reported that the UK's retirement pension was the worst in the developed world. In 2018, the UK gave £71 million in foreign aid to China, a country with an economy 5 times larger than the UK's, and it has nuclear weapons and a space programme. Go figure that out. I'll now give you my response to the historical arguments against unfreezing British pensions. The first is, well, they don't vote, do they? I said above that in 2014 David Cameron was sympathetic. Others at 10 Downing Street were not. Ignoring the plight of over 500,000 British pensioners would be political suicide if they were in the UK. But they're not. So they thought there would be no political risk, which is why Cameron's sympathy evaporated so quickly in the run-up to the next general election. The second argument is there is no reciprocal arrangement in place. That's only true because the UK government has consistently refused to enter into such arrangements with Canada and Australia, even though both of those countries have offered such an arrangement for many years. The third argument is we can't afford it, and that is complete nonsense. The Home Office has admitted that the daily cost of housing illegal immigrants who arrived on our beaches in 2021 and the 12,000 people we have taken in from Afghanistan, that's a total of 37,000, and their numbers are growing every day, the daily cost is £4.7 million. That's £1.7 billion a year. On top of that, they receive universal credit, and until the 11th of February 2022, taxi fares and £5 a day for snacks. The government will give £13 billion in foreign aid this year, not all of which will reach the intended recipients, and some of which will be a waste of money. The cost of giving parity to frozen British pensioners is less than 4% of the foreign aid budget. It will be a zero cost if foreign aid is more carefully targeted to eliminate waste and to reduce bureaucracy. The International Consortium of British Pensioners, their website's www.pensionjustice.org, have worked tirelessly to end the morally bankrupt policy of freezing British pensions. They're currently organising a petition to Parliament and are looking for 100,000 signatures to force a debate in Parliament. I've already signed the petition, and I'm asking that you also sign it. I've put a link in the description below. Please tell your friends about this petition and feel free to share this video with them. There are some things you can do as well. These include signing the petition, publicising the petition on your social media accounts, sharing this video with your friends, and also suggesting that they sign the petition and bringing this issue to the attention of your MP. I've also put a link to the list of frozen and unfrozen countries in the description below. Thank you.